Test. Okay, welcome back everybody to the Otis-Bison Cougar broadcast. Today we are in White Town. White City, my bad. And we will be playing against Rule Vista. Please stand shortly for our national anthem.
The winner will advance on and play next Thursday's semifinal game at Central Plains. Now for the starting lineup. For the Cougars, senior number 2, Christian Ross. And for the Heat, junior number 5, Parker Stillwell. For the Cougars, sophomore number 3, Riley Polly. And for the Heat, freshman number 10, Nathan Trainer. For the Cougars, sophomore number 11, Easton Juno. And for the Heat, junior number 23, Jason Nelson. For the Cougars, senior number 14, Peyton Butler. And for the Heat, senior number 30, AJ Brown. For the Cougars, sophomore number 15, Hayden Morrison. And for the Heat, freshman number 35, Gavin Carson. The Cougars are coached by Curtis Little, assisted by Phil Butler. The Heat are coached by Adam Soda. Good luck, players and coaches. Please stand now for the national anthem.
All right, everybody. Ball's up, and Rule Vista gets the ball. Number 5 has it, dribbling down the middle of the court. Parker Stywall. Now over to 22 at the top of the post. Over to 30 at the close wing. Over to 5 once again. He dribbles it into the mid post. He puts it up for 2. No good. Rebound by number 5 for Rule Vista. Back to the close corner. Dribbling around a little bit. Trying to find a way into the goal. Over to 30. Now over to 23 at the far wing. Over to 30 at the close wing. Back over to 23. Over to 10 at the far corner. Over to 5 at the top of the key. He dribbles it in. Met by the Cougar defense. No good. Dribbles it back out. Over to number 30 at the close wing. Over to 23 at the close wing. He puts it up for 2. No good. Over to 30, he gets the rebound. Back out to 10 at the far wing. He puts it up for 2, or 3, my bad, no good. Rule Vista gets the ball once again, and they put it up for 2, and it's good. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Number 15 has it at a close wing. Over to Riley at the far wing. Over to number 11 at the low post. No good. Ball is with Rule Vista once again. Number 5 has it once more. Now dribbling down the center of the court. Over to 23. Over to 5 at the far wing. He puts it up for 3, no good. Otis-Bison gets the rebound. Number 14 has it, Peyton Butler. He dribbles it down to and passes it over to number 15 at the close wing. He puts it up for 3, I believe, and it's good. Number 5 for Rule Vista gets it once more. He dribbles it around. Dribbling around once more. Number 10 has it at the close wing. Over to number 30 at the top of the key. Over to 23 at the far wing. Out to 35 at the top of the key. Over to 5 at the close wing. He dribbles it into the high post. Met by the Cougar defense. Struggles for the ball. Out to number 10 now at the far corner. Over to 23 at the far wing. Now back at the high post. Looking around. And a whistle is blowing. Otis-Bison Cougars will get the ball. Peyton now passes it into Riley Pauly. He dribbles it down the center of the court. Now over to Hayden. Back over to Riley at the top of the key. Over to Peyton at the close wing. Over to Riley once again. Over to Hayden at the far wing. Back over to Riley. Passing the ball around now. 3-point line. Ends up with Riley. Now over to Peyton once again. Over to Hayden at the low post. He passes it back out to Riley. Riley tries to pass it in. No struggle for the ball. And Cougars will get it. Ball ends up with number 3, Riley Pauly at the far wing. Over to Peyton now at the close wing once again. Over to Hayden at the far corner. Back over to Riley. Tries to go into the low post. He passes it in under the Rule Vista's legs to try to put it up for 2. No good. Peyton now has it at the far wing. He puts it up for 3, no good. 11 gets the rebound. He tries to put it up, no good. Whistle's blown. 35, White, hold. Number 11, Juno will have the first free throw. He puts it up, and it's good. I'm going. The home and away team got switched on the big scoreboard, so a little delay there. Easton now putting up his second free throw of the night. He puts it up, and it's good once again. I'll put Cougars ahead by 3 points. Number 5 for Rule Vista now, dribbling down the ball, down the court. Dribbling around this 3-point line. Passes it to number 10 at the low post. Back out to number 5 at the far corner. He puts it up for 3, and it's good. That'll tie up the game. Cougars now with the ball, dribbling it down the court. Over to 15, Hayden Morrison. Over to Peyton at the top of the key. Over to Peyton once again, passing around the ball. Over to Riley at the far corner. Over to 2 at the low post. He puts it up for 2, and it's good. Rule Vista, my bad. Now with the ball, number 5 has it at the top of the key. Passing it back out to 33, over to 10 at the far wing. Over to 33 at the low post. Ball flies right over his head. And I'll give Otis-Bison the ball. That'll be later. All right, Otis-Bison now with the ball at the close wing. Now over to number 11, over to 1 at the top of the key. Back over to number 14, Peyton Butler. He puts it up for 3, no good. Rural Vista now with the ball. Rural Vista now dribbling the ball down the court. Number 23 has it at the high post. Over to 5 at the close wing. Dribbling the ball around. Over to 10 at the far wing. Over to 30 at the top of the key. He puts it up for 3, no good. Otis-Bison gets the rebound. 14, Peyton Butler now has the ball at the close side of the court. He dribbles it down and passes to number 15 at the top of the key. Now back to Peyton. He passes it into Easton Juno. He puts it up for 2, and it's good. Ball is now with Rural Vista. Number 5 has it once again. Dribbling it down the middle of the court. Over to 10 at the far wing. Now at the high post. Over to 30 at the top of the key. Now back over to 10. Now over to 5 at the close wing, my bad. Over to 33 at the far wing. Over to 23 at... He dribbles it into the low post, tries to put up, no good. Otis-Bison gets the rebound. Now Otis-Bison hurls the ball down the court, passes it around a little bit, and they put up for 2. Rural Vista now with the ball. Number 5 has it. Now over to 23 at the close wing. He dribbles it into the high post, my bad. Over to 30 at the far wing. Back out to 33 at the top key. Over to 10 at the close wing. Now over to 33 at the low post. They try to put up, and it's good. I'll make your score 7-11. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Hayden Morrison has it at the far wing. Now passing it around. Ends up with number 1 at the top of the key. Now over to 21 at the low post. He puts it up, and it's good. Rural Vista now with the ball. 23 has it at the close wing. He dribbles it into the high post. Back out to 30 at the top of the key. Over to 5 at the far wing. Over to 33 once again. Now over to 10 at the close wing. Over to 33, and Otis-Bison steals the ball. Otis-Bison now dribbling the ball clear down to the other side of the court. They put it up for 3, and it's good. Rural Vista now with the ball. They dribble it down the court with about 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Now over to 33 at the far wing. Over to 23. He dribbles it into the high post. He tries to put it up. No good. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Otis-Bison now dribbling the ball quickly down the court. Number 1 has it. Now over to Peyton Butler at the mid-court line. About the 20-second mark. Now over to number 1. Cougars may make their move. Number 1 has it. Now over to 15 at the far corner. He puts it up for 3, no good. 21 has it at close wing. Now over to 1. 3 seconds left. They put it up for 3, and no good. And the buzzer goes off. That will put Otis-Bison 16, Rural Vista 7. Otis-Bison will now get the ball in the second quarter. Number 14 has it. He passes it in to number 11. Now back over to 14. Over to 3. 3 now dribbling it down to the close wing, and a whistle's blown. White 21 hold. They pass it out back to number 3, Riley Pauly. He dribbles it down the court. He ends up at the close wing. Over to 2. 2 now dribbling the ball down. Little struggle for the ball. He passes it back out to number 11 at the close corner. Over to 15. Over to 14. Over to number 3 once again at the top of the key. 3 dribbles it into the low post, and he puts it up for 2, and it's good. Rule Vista now with the ball. Number 5 now has it. Over to 21. Over to 33 at the far wing. Over to 3 at the close wing. He dribbles it around. A little fight for the ball. And Otis-Bison steals it. Now he dribbles it down the court. Number 3 has it. He puts it up for 2 once again, and it's good. Number 5 now has it for Rule Vista. Over to number 3 at the close wing. He tries to put it up, no good. Otis-Bison steals the ball, and a whistle's called. White, 15, will have a hit. That'll give number 3, Dylan Johnson, a chance to get a point. Dylan puts up his first 3 throw, and it's in, and it's in. Dylan now dribbling the ball. Puts up his second 3 throw. Bounces out the back of the rim, and it's good. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Number 3 has it. Riley Pauly. He passes it over to down the string and over to 14. They try to pass the ball in to number 15 for the low post, but Alta Vista swats the ball out of the court. Number 14, Peyton Butler, will have the ball at the baseline. Now he passes it out to number 1 at the far wing. They pass around the ball. Ends up with number 3 at the close wing. Passing around still a bunch. And they try to pass it in, but no good. Rule Vista gets the ball. Number 5 now has it. Dribbling it down the court, over to the far wing. Now over to number 3 at the high post. Now over to 21 at the close wing. And Otis-Bison steals the ball right out of their hand. Number 14 does a layup, and he puts it up, and it's good. Rule Vista now with the ball once again. Number 5 has it, dribbling it down the court. Over to number 33 at the close wing. Over to 3. He dribbles it over to the far wing. Over to 21 now. Now at the high post. Over to number 33 at the close corner. They pass it over to 35. But the ball goes over his head and out of the court, giving Otis-Bison the ball. Number 1 now, 3 now has it, Riley Pauly. He dribbles the ball down the court. Now over to number 1 at the top of the row. He puts it over to 14. He tries to put it up for 3, no good. Rule Vista now with the ball. Number 5 now has it, dribbling it down the close side of the court. Over to 30 at the far wing. Over to 10, my bad. He dribbles it over to the close wing and gives it to 23. Little struggle for the ball at the high post. Back out to 30. Over to 5 at the far wing, my bad. Over to 30 once again at the low post. Tries to push it out to number 10, and Cougars block the ball and swat it out of the court, my bad. Number 5 will have the ball at the baseline. He passes the ball out to number 30 at the close wing, over to number 5 at the close corner. He dribbles it up to the top of the key. Now over to 10 at the far wing. Now over to 23 at the close wing. Dribbling the ball around now at the midcourt line. Number 5 has it now at the top of the key. Passing it over to number 10, a little struggle for the ball, but Rule Vista, my bad, keeps the ball. Still passing the ball around. Number 5 has it at the close wing. Trying to get around the Cougar defense. Now 23, over to 10 at the far wing, over to 35 at the low post, and a whistle's blowing. Orange, 21, a block. For 35 will be up at the free throw line, Gavin Carson. He puts up his first free throw, and it's in. Gavin puts up his second free throw, and it falls short. Otis-Bison now with the ball, passing it out. Number 15 has it, dribbling it down the court, over to 2. He dribbles it to the low post and puts it up for 2, and it's good. Rule Vista now with the ball once again. Number 5 has it now at the far wing, over to 10 at the far corner. He dribbles it up to the high post, over to 23 now. Struggle for the ball, but he keeps it. Over to number 5 now at the far wing, and Otis-Bison steals the ball right out of his hands. Number 1 now has it at the close side of the court, over to, passing it back to him. Now over to 11 at the close corner. He dribbles it into the low post, puts it up for 2, and it's good. Rule Vista calls a timeout with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in on the clock. I believe it was running. So we'll be reset here in a little bit to, I believe it would be 45. So, yeah. Cheerleaders today are Emily George, Bailey Filer, Taylor Croissant, Ava Kenyon, and Nevaeh McVeigh, if I can remember her name. Rule Vista now with the ball. Number 5 has it, dribbling it down the center of the court. He dribbles it up to the top of the key. Now over to number 10 at the close wing. Now over to 33. Now over to 5 once again at the high post. Struggle for the ball. 33 ends up with it. He puts it up for 2, and it's good. Otis-Bison now with the ball. They pass it clear into number 2. And he gets a travel, unfortunately. That'll give Rule Vista back the ball. Rule Vista now passing in the ball. Now trying to pass the ball, and Otis-Bison steals it. Number 2 has it. He puts it up for 2 with a layup, and it's good. Rule Vista now back with the ball. Number 5 has it at the far wing. Now dribbling over to the close wing. Over to 23 at the top of the key. Now over to 10 at the far corner. Over to 33. Back to 10. He's now at the far wing. Over to 30 at the high post. Back out to 10. He dribbles it into the high post. He puts it up for 2, and it's good. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Now over to number 2. He puts it up. No good. Rule Vista gets the rebound. Rule Vista now with the ball. Number 5 has it at the top of the key. Dribbling it around. They pass it into number 30. Back out to number 5. He puts it up for 3, and it's good. Otis-Bison now with the ball. Number 2 has it at the close corner. Back out to number 11. He put at the low post. He puts it up for 2, and it's good. 2-minute mark. Passes in the second quarter. Number 5 now has it for Rule Vista at the top of the key. Now over to the far wing. Now dribbling it down to the low post, but met by the guards. They pass it back out to number 33. He tries to put it up for 3. No good. I believe a whistle is called on Otis-Bison. Number 11, push. Number 30 will be at the free throw line. A.J. Brown, he puts up his first free throw, and it's good. A.J. puts up his second free throw. No good. Otis-Bison gets the rebound. Otis-Bison now hucking the ball clear down the court. Riley Pauly ends up with it at the low post. He puts it up for 2, and it's good. Ball is now back with Rule Vista. Rule Vista now with the ball. Number 3 has it at the close wing. He dribbles it into the high post. He tries to put it up for 2. No good. Otis-Bison gets the rebound. And the ball rolls out of the court. And Rule Vista will get the ball once again. Rule Vista now chucks the ball clear out to number 5 at the top of the key from the baseline. 5 looking around, finds number 30 at the high post. Back to number 5, over to 33, now over 30 at the high post once again. Back out to 33, he tries to dribble it into the low post, but the Otis-Bison Cougars knock the ball out of his hands, and ball is given to them. Number 1 now for the Cougars has the ball. He dribbles the ball back down the court. Over to 14, the close wing. Now over to 11 at the low post. He tries to put it up and is blocked by the Rule Vista Coyotes. Okay. Otis-Bison will have the ball at the baseline. 14 passes the ball in and is knocked out of Otis-Bison's hand. Rule Vista gets the ball. Rule Vista, number 33, has it. He does the layup, no good. Little fight for the ball, and Alta Vista will get it at the 30-second mark left in the quarter. Rule Vista now passing out the ball, and Otis-Bison knocks it out of their hands. And they will get it once again at the baseline. Rule Vista now looking in, passes it to number 30. Over to 33, and a whistle is blown. And will give the Cougars the ball. Cougars now with the ball. Number 14 has it, Peyton Butler. Dribbles the ball down the center of the court. Now passing the 20-second mark. He dribbles it down to the mid-court line, the far part of it. Now dribbling it down to the far corner. Passes it out to number 3. He dribbles it into the low post. He tries to put it up. No good. Whistle is blown on Rule Vista. 6 White, 33 block. About 6 seconds left in the half. Riley puts up his first point. No good. Free throw, my bad. Riley now dribbling the ball for his second free throw. Puts it up. Bounces off the side of the rim, no good. Vista now with the ball. 3 seconds left. Number 5 tries to put up for 2, no good. And the buzzer blows, and that'll end the second quarter of the game. That'll put Vista at 18, Otis-Bison 32.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chase Mitchell, and I will be commentating for the second half of the Rural Vista Otis-Bison game for the guys. Your score is Rural Vista Huskies 18, Otis-Bison Cougars 32. Both teams return to the court and get ready to play for the second quarter, or second half, I should say, not the quarter. Huskies will be starting off with the ball. Number 23, Jason, throwing it in. Jason throws it over to Parker, making his way back up the court. Going to the top of the key, now over to the far wing. He's going to throw it over to number 10, Nathan. Back over to Parker at the far wing, now going to the far corner. Parker going back up to the top of the key now. Parker is going to try to find his options. He's going to bring the ball over to the high post, but bring it over to number 10, Nathan again. Back over to Parker at the close wing. Looks like the ball is stolen by the Cougars. Hayden Moore. Never mind. Looks like there's a call against the Huskies. White 30, AJ Brown was caught pushing, I believe. Number 15, Hayden Morrison will be throwing the ball in to number 3, Riley Pauly. They'll make their way back up the court, or down the court, I should say. Riley going to the top of the key, now to the high post, going to bring the ball over to Hayden. Now back over to Payton at the top of the key. Payton almost losing the ball, but he maintains and brings over to Christian Roth. Back over to Riley at the far wing. Going to throw the ball in over to Easton Juno, number 11, putting it up for 2 points, but is no good. Cougars recover the ball. Payton rebounded and put it up for 2, but is also no good. No, the Huskies get it. I'm stuttering over my words. Number 30, AJ rebounds it, but looks like there's a call on the court against the Huskies, and it will remain with the Cougars. Number 14, Peyton Butler, throwing the ball back in over to number 11, Easton Juno. He's going to throw over to Riley Pauly at the close wing. Going to throw it back over to Peyton Butler near the close corner. Peyton's going to bring it up over to Easton Juno at the high post, going down to the low post, but he's going to throw over to Riley Pauly at the far wing. Back to Christian Roth, but looks like there's a call on the court against the Huskies, I believe. White number 10, Nathan, was caught holding. Peyton Butler, number 14, throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Easton Juno rebounds it, doesn't rebound it, but he gets in. He throws it over to Riley Pauly at the far wing, back over to Peyton Butler at the far corner, going in for 3 points, but is no good. Ball bounces off the rim. Looks like there's a call against the Cougars. Number 2, Christian Roth, was caught holding. Turnover to the Huskies. Number 23, Jason, throws the ball over to Parker, bringing it back up the court with a nice slow walk, going to the top of the key. He's going to bring it over to the close wing. Going to now bring it over to number 10, Nathan, to the high post. Now back over to number 23, Jason, going to also to the high post, handing it off to AJ. AJ's going to dribble it around, bring it over to Parker, going to the low post, but looks like there's a call on the court. Number 11, Easton Juno, is caught blocking. It will remain with the Huskies. Parker, for the Huskies, will be throwing the ball back in. Oh, apparently I just got word it's not the Huskies, apparently. It's Rural Vista Heat. My bad. The ball is up, and it's good for 3. Riley Pauly bringing it back down the court. And look, the ball is thrown around a few times. Looks like there's a call, but looks like Peyton Butler puts the ball up for a shot, and it's no good. First shot is no good. Peyton Butler will have one more opportunity for a point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, and it looks like it is no good. Looks like Easton Jr. with the rebound, bringing it back up for two, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Number 35, Gavin Carson, was caught pushing against the Cougar, or against the Rural Vista. Easton Jr. will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Cougars. His first shot is up, and it's good for a Cougar point. Easton Jr. will have one more opportunity for a point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, and it is also good for another Cougar point. Number 33, Caden, throwing the ball over to number 5, Parker, bringing it back up the court. Going to find himself near the top of the key. He's going in. He's going to throw it over to Caden at the close swing. Going to throw it back over to Parker, also at the close swing. Parker going to the top of the key now. High post, now over to the low post, put it up for 2 points. That is no good. Number 30, A.J. Brown with the rebound, put it up for 2, but it's no good. Call on the court. Number 15, Hayden Morrison, was caught pushing. Number 30, AJ will have the opportunity for a point or two for for Rural Vista. His first shot is up, and it is no good. He will have one more opportunity for another point. His second shot is up, and it is good for a point for Rural Vista. Jake Hubengarten with the ball now, bringing it back down the court near the top of the key. Going to throw it over to number 21, Logan Meyer, putting it up for 2 points, and it's no good. Call on the court. Number 33, Caden, was caught hitting, or intentional interference as the proper term, I believe. Logan Meyer will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Cougars. His first shot is up, and it is no good for a Cougar point. The second shot is up, and it is no good. Number 5, Parker, bringing the ball back up the court. He's going to go near the close wing. Going to go now to the high post and going to put it up for 2. It is no good. Rural Vista with the rebound. Number 23, Jason, going to bring it over to the top of the key. Now going over to the intersection, throwing it over to Caden at the close wing, put it up for 3, and it's no good. Number, what number is that? That is number 1, Jake Hubengarten with the ball now. Brings it back down the court near the close wing, going to the close corner. Going to throw it over to Peyton Butler. Peyton going in for 2 points, but looks like he was caught traveling. Number 3, Dylan, throws the ball in over to Parker, bringing it back up the court. Parker going to bring it over to number 23, Jason, back over to Parker, but looks like he was caught traveling. Turnover to the Cougars. Peyton Butler throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Over to Jake Hubengarten, bringing it back down the court. He's going to throw it over to Easton Juneau. Now over to Logan Meyer. Back over to Jake. Now over to Peyton Meyer. Peyton Butler going in for the low post, putting it up for 2, and it's good for 2 for the Cougars. Number 3, Dylan with the ball now at the top of the key. He's going to bring it over to the close corner, or close wing, I should say. Back over to the high post. Hand it over to Caden. Going to throw it back over to Dylan. Now over to over to Nathan, also at the top of the key. top of the key, put it up for 2, and it is no good. Peyton Butler with the rebound, bringing it back down on the court. He's going to bring it over to the close wing, now over to the low post, but he's going to throw it over to Easton Juneau, put it up for 2, and it's no good. There's a call on the court. Number 33, Caden, was caught pushing. Easton Juneau will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Cougars. His first shot is up. It is good for a Cougars point. Easton Juneau will have one more opportunity for another point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, and it is also good for a Cougars point. Number 3, Dylan, will be throwing the ball back in. Over to number 5, Parker, bringing it back up the court. He's going to find himself near the top of the key. Throwing it over to number 10, Nathan. Also going to the top of the key. Throwing it back over to number 5, Parker. Going to throw it over to Dylan now at the close wing. Going to near the high post. Going to throw it back over to Parker. Going into the low post to number 10, not number 10, number 30. AJ put it up for 2, and it's good. Jake bringing the ball back down the court. He's going to throw over to Riley at the top of the key. Now over to Peyton. Back over to Jake, or over to Christian, I should say. Ball is stolen by Rural Vista. Throw it over to Dylan at the low post. Put it up for 2, and it's good for 2. Peyton with the ball now, bringing it back down the court near the top of the key. He's going to throw it over to number 3, Riley Polly at the close corner, going into the low post. Ball is almost stolen, but he maintains it. Throwing it over to Jacob Gardner. Looks like the Cougars call for a full timeout. Be back in about a minute. The Cougars return to the court and get ready to play for the remaining 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and so does Rural Vista. Number 14, Peyton Butler will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Ball's thrown over to Riley Polly. Back over to Peyton. Yeah, the close wing. Now going over to the low post. Going to throw over to Christian Roth. Christian Roth also at the low post. Put it up for 2, and it's good. Number 5, Parker with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. Going to find himself near the top of the key. Throwing it over to Nathan at the far wing. Ball's thrown over to Parker at the far corner. Back over to Nathan at the far wing. Throwing it over to number 30, AJ. Now back to Parker going into the low post. Looks like Peyton Butler's trying to steal the ball. Call on the court against the Cougars. Parker throws the ball over to AJ, putting the ball up for 2, and it's no good. But number 23, Jason, with the rebound, trying to put it up for 2, but it's stopped by the Cougars. Number 15, Hayden Morrison, got a intentional interference. Number 23, Jason, will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for Rural Vista. His first shot is up, and it is no good. He will have one more opportunity for another point. His second shot is up, and it is also no good. Looks like the Rule Vista rebounds it. Number 3, Dylan throwing the ball over to Nathan, putting it up for 3, but it's no good. Peyton Butler trying to rebound the ball, trying to get the ball before it goes out of bounds, but it looks like Rule Vista accidentally knocks it out of bounds. Peyton Butler will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Over to number 1, Jake Hoopergardner, bringing it back up the court. He throws it back over to Peyton. Now he's going to bring it back down the court. Find himself near the top of the key. Going to throw it over to number 15, Hayden Morrison. Back over to Peyton. Peyton's going to go into the far wing. Going to throw it across over to Jake at the close wing. Going in for 3 points. It is no good. Logan Myers tips the ball over to Hayden Morrison, but it gets stolen. Never mind. Looks like the Cougars maintain the ball. Peyton accidentally throws the ball out of bounds, intended for number 15, Hayden Morrison, I believe. Turnover to Rule Vista. Number 5, Parker with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. He's going to find himself up the court, throwing it over to number 10, Dylan. Not Dylan, over to Nathan, back to Parker, back to Nathan once again at the top of the key. He's going to throw over to Dylan now, going into the intersection. He's going to throw over to Nathan, back to Dylan, going to the high post, throwing over to Parker at the top of the key, going in for 3. And it's good. Good for 3. Peyton Butler with the ball now, bring it back down the court. He's going to throw over to Jake Hoopergardner, going to the top of the key. Throwing over to Peyton, over to Logan, but it's stolen by number 5, Parker. Looks like there's a call on the court. Elbowing, I believe, against the Cougars. The ball is still Rule Vista's. Number 5, Parker, will be throwing the ball back in. He throws it over to over to Christian Roth on accident. He puts it up for 2 from the low post, and it's good for 2. Number 5, Parker with the ball now, bringing it back up the court with some speed. He's going to hand the ball off to number 10, Nathan, going to the top of the key. Ball is stolen by Hayden Morrison. He's at the low post, putting it up for 2, but it's no good. Cougars try to rebound it. That is the buzzer. Your score is Rule Vista 29, Cougars 42. Looks like Riley Poly will have a one-on-one to get a point or 2 for the Cougars. The first shot is up, and it is no good. He will have one more opportunity. Check that, he will not. That is the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter beginning here very shortly. Be back in about a minute. Both teams return to the court and get ready to play for the final quarter of the game. Cougars starting off with the ball this time. Number 3, Riley Poly, will be throwing it back in for the Cougars. Ball thrown over to Hayden Morrison, bringing it back down the court. Going to the top of the key. Over to Christian Roth, now over to number 14, Peyton Butler, putting it up for 2 points, and it's good for 2. Number 23, Jason bringing the ball back down with lightning speed, going to the far corner. Looks like the ball is stolen by the Cougars. Number 11, Easton Juno, bringing it back down the court. He's going to hand it off to number 3, Riley Pauly, going into the high post. Now the low going in for two, and it's good for the Cougars. Number 5, Parker with the ball now, bringing it back down or up the court. Near the top, going to the far corner, or far wing, I should say. Now over to the high post, or over to number 10, Nathan. Nathan throws it over to Parker. Back over to number 30, AJ, going in for 2 points from the low post, but it's no good. Stopped by the Cougars. Number 11, Easton Juno, was caught pushing. AJ will have the opportunity for a point or two for Rule Vista. The first shot is up, and it is good for a Rule Vista point. The second shot is up, and it is good for another Rule Vista point. Riley Pauly with the ball now. Going to throw over to Peyton Butler, bringing it back down the court near the close wing. Payton's going to go to the top of the key, into the high post. He's going to throw over to Hayden Morrison at the far corner, put it up for 3, and it's good for 3. Never mind, it's good for 2. Number 3, Dylan with the ball now, going to the low post. He's going to try to put it up, not put it up, but he's going to throw it over to number 5, Parker, but looks like there's a call on the court. The ball rolls out of bounds against Rule Vista. Turn over to the Cougars. Peyton Butler throwing the ball in over to Riley Pauly, bringing it back down the court. He's going to hand it back over to Peyton. Peyton going to the top of the key. And going to hand it off to Hayden Morrison, but he is caught traveling. Turn over to Rule Vista. Dylan throwing the ball over to Parker, bringing it back up the court. Riley Pauly's there to guard him. Parker bringing it back up near the top of the key. He's going to throw over to number 10, Nathan. Back over. It looks like there's a call on the court. Number 21, Logan Meyer, was caught pushing. Number 30, AJ Brown, will have the opportunity for a point or two for Rule Vista. The first shot is up, and it is no good. Christian Roth with the rebound, throwing it over to Peyton Butler. Now over to Hayden Morrison. Back to Peyton, going into the high post. He's going to throw over to Logan Meyer at the low post, put it up for 2, and it's good. Looks like there's a call on the court. Logan Meyer will have the opportunity for another point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, or the shot is up, I should say. It is no good. Rule Vista with the ball now. Number 33, Caden, throwing the ball over to Parker, bringing it back up the court. Going to find himself near the top of the key. He's going to throw over to Nathan. Back over to AJ, going to at the low post, going in for 2, but is no good. Call on the court against the Cougars. I believe the call was on number 21. Logan Meyer was caught pushing. Number 30, AJ puts the ball up for his first shot, and it's good for a Rule Vista point. AJ will have one more opportunity for another point for Rule Vista. The second shot is up, and it's good for another Rule Vista point. Yeah, Cougars with the ball now. Peyton bringing it back down the court. He's going to throw over to Hayden. Hayden's going to accidentally throws the ball out of bounds. It was intended for Christian Roth. Turnover to Rule Vista. Not AJ, but Caden throwing the ball over to number 5, Parker, bringing it back up the court. Going to the top of the key. Going to throw over to number 21, Logan. Back over to Parker at the close corner. He's going to throw over, intended for number 33, but Peyton Butler's there to steal it, put it up for 2, and it's no good, but Christian Roth is there to put it up for 2, and it's good. Ball is brought back up the court, but it is stolen again by the Cougars. But Christian put it up for 2, but it's no good. Logan Tate with the ball now. He's going to try to bring it back up, but it's stolen again by the Cougars. Logan Meyer going to bring it back down the court. He's going to throw over to Peyton, now over to Jay Coopengard to put it up for 3, but it's no good. Peyton Butler trying to put it up for 2, and after he rebounds it, but is also no good. Call on the court, it looks like, against the Cougars. Number 21, Logan Tate, will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for Rural Vista. The shot is up, and it is good for a Rural Vista point. He will have one more opportunity for another point for Rural Vista. The second shot is up, and it is no good. Number 35, Gavin with the rebound, put it up for 2 points, and it's good for 2. Peyton throwing the ball over to Jake, back over to Peyton, now over to number 11, Easton Juno on the other side of the court. Going to throw it over to Jake. Back, he's going to the high post, but it looks like there's a call on the court. White number 3, Dyson Johnston. Sorry if I said that wrong, was caught pushing. Jay Coopengardner will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Cougars. The first shot is up, and it is no good. Number 30 rebounds the ball, hands it off to number 5, Parker, bringing it back up the court. He's going to throw over to over to Logan, I should say. Back to Parker, now over to number 33. Or number 30, Caden, put it up for 2, and it's good. Peyton with the ball now. He's going to throw over to Jay Coopengardner. Back to Peyton. Now over to Easton Jr. at the high post. He's going to throw over to Hayden Morrison. Back to Peyton at the low key, going in at the low post. Put it up for 2, and it's good. Number 5, Parker with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. He's going to throw over to Logan. Back over to Parker at the close wing. Logan's going to try to put it up, or Parker is going to try to put it up for 3, but it's no good. It looks like there's a call on the court. Number 1, Jay Coopengardner got a intentional interference called on him. Number 30, AJ Brown puts the ball up for a Rural Vista point, but is no good. He will have one more opportunity for another point for Rural Vista. The second shot is up, and it's good for a Rural Vista point. Peyton Butler will be throwing the ball back in. Over to Hayden Morrison, but is stopped by Rural Vista. Number 21, Logan Tate, bringing it back up the court with some speed. Near the close wing, throwing it back over to Parker at the top of the key. They're going to switch places, and he's going to go to the close corner. Ball's thrown in over to number 30, AJ, but it looks like the ball falls out of bounds against Rural Vista. Turn over to the Cougars. Check that. It will remain with Rural Vista. Number 5, Parker will be throwing the ball back in over to AJ at the close corner. Ball is knocked out, was intended for number 23's hands, but it looks like it is knocked on the other side of the court, and it will be turned over to the Cougars. Peyton Butler throwing the ball back in over to Hayden Morrison. Never mind, over to Jay Cooper-Gardner, bringing it back down the court. He's going to throw over to Peyton at the far wing. Bring it over to the high post. He's going to throw over to Hayden Morrison, going in for three, but it's no good. Christian Roth rebounds and throwing over to Jake at the top of the key. He's going to throw over to Easton Jr. at the high post. He's going in, but looks like there's a call on the court. White number 30, A.J. Brown was caught blocking. Easton Juneau will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Cougars. The first shot is up, and it is no good. He will have one. Easton will have one more opportunity for another point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, and it is no good. Number 3, Dylan with the rebound, throwing it over to Parker, bringing it back up the court. Going to the far corner. He's going to throw over to Dylan at the high post. Going to go in for two, but is no good. Dylan with the rebound, putting up for 2 points, and it's good the second time around. Peyton Butler with the ball now, bringing it back up the court, or down the court, throwing over to Hayden Morrison, putting it up for two. It is no good. Number 5, Parker, bringing the ball back up the court, and throwing over to number 11, or number 21, Logan. Ball is stolen by the Cougars. Number 2, Christian Roth, throwing over to number 1, Jake, going in for three, but is no good. The ball falls out of bounds, it looks like. And it will remain with the Cougars. The Cougars call for a full timeout. Be back in about a minute. Rural Vista returning to the court, as well do the Cougars. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Peyton Butler will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. The ball is thrown in over to Jake, now over to Christian Roth, going to the high post. Now the low, putting it up for two, and it's good for two for the Cougars. Number 5, Parker with the ball now, bringing it back up the court. He's going to throw it over to number 21, Logan, putting the ball up for two, and is no good. The ball is chucked across the court over to Jay Kubengard at the low post, but handed off to Christian Roth, putting it up for two, but is no good. Number 3, Dylan with the rebound, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Number 2, Christian Roth was caught pushing, I believe the call was. Number 3, Dylan will have the opportunity for a point or two for Rural Vista. The first shot is up, and it is no good. He will have one more opportunity for another point. The second shot is up, and it is no good. Rural Vista rebounds, thrown over to number 10, Nathan, put it up for three, but is no good. Looks like the ball hits the top of the backboard. Turnover to the Cougars. Peyton throwing the ball over to Hayden, back to Peyton, now over to Jay Cooper-Gardner. Chucked it over to Hayton. Back over now to Easton Juneau, over to Christian Roth at the low post, back over to Jake, now over to Easton Juneau at the top, at the high post, going to the low, putting it up for 2, and is no good. The ball's rebounded by the Cougars. Peyton Butler with it now at the top of the key. He's going to bring it over to Jake at the close wing. Ball is, looks like there's a call on the court. Number 3, Dylan was caught holding. Jake Cooper Gardner will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Cougars. The first shot is up, and it is no good. He will have one more opportunity for a point for the Cougars. The second shot is up, and then the second shot is good for a Cougars point. Number 5, Parker in the back up the court with some speed. He's going to the top of the post now, or top of the key. Going for 3, and it's good for 3 points. Rural Vista calling in for a timeout. A 30-second timeout. Your cheerleaders are Nevaeh McVeigh, Ava Kenyon, Taylor Croissant, Bailey Filer, Emily George, and Elena McVeigh, who is not out there currently. Both teams return to the court and get ready to play for the final minute 12 in the fourth quarter. Peyton Butler will be throwing the ball back in for the Cougars. Peyton throws it over to Hayden, back over to Peyton, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw it over to Christian Roth. Christian going into the high post, but is stolen by number 35, Gavin. Hands it off to Parker. Going into the close wing, going in for 3. Just barely missing, but number 10, Nathan rebounds it. He's going to throw it over to number 35, Gavin. Put it up for 2, and it's good for 2. Cougars with the ball now. It's thrown over to number 2, Christian Roth, but it is knocked out of bounds. Number 1, Jay Cooper Gardner will be throwing the ball back in. It is going to be thrown over to Peyton Butler, going in for 2 points. Looks like there's a call on the court. Number 35, Gavin Carson, was caught holding. Peyton Butler will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Cougars. The first shot is up, and it is no good for a Cougar point. The second shot is up, and it is good for a Cougars point. Number 33, Caden, throwing the ball in over to Parker, bringing it back down or up the court, throwing it over to Caden at the top of the key, going into the low post, putting it up for 2, but is knocked out of bounds by the Cougars. It will remain with Rural Vista. The ball is thrown in over to Caden, back to Parker, back over to Caden at the close corner, putting it up for 3, but is no good. Number 1, Jay Cooper Gardner with the ball now, bringing it back down the court. Going to throw it over to Easton Juneau, putting the ball in the basket, which is good for 2 points. Parker bringing the ball back up the court, going in for 3, and it is no good. But Rural Vista rebounds, but is stolen by the Cougars. Number 14, Payton with the ball now. Just going to hold it and put it. And that is the buzzer for the fourth quarter, I should say. Your score is Rural Vista 46, Cougars 60. Tune in for tomorrow's game where the Otis-Bison girls will be facing off against the Wilson Lady Dragons.